Greetings, salutations, and avast. Welcome, one and all, to Sirens and Silver. We are back after our hiatus, and of course, a warm and welcome Happy New Year to all of you, the wonderful people who have joined us here today. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and joining me is this amazing cast of incredible performers who have come to entertain and enjoy this fantastic Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. Greetings and salutations, everyone. How are we doing?
Yeah,
whoop, whoop, whoop.
So excited for
Ready to be pirates.
Good to be back.
Yay! And of course, I'd like to give a very special and warm welcome back to the Twitch space to our lovely friend, our dear friend who has enjoyed a long hiatus. None other than the infamous Man of Dread, to which my C was named the Dreaded GM. Woo!
I actually thought you were going to do a fake out and say, Rob!
I was going to say,
Rob!
I was ready for it.
I
was ready to jump in.
Too high.
Too good.
I was going to be like, oh, thanks, man. It's only been like a week and a half, but I know it feels like longer.
Oh, man. No, I am so excited for today, and I hope you guys are as well. I can already see we have a level 4 hype train in the works. Guys, thank you so much. As you guys know, we like to do fun things with the hype train. So, given that we've already gotten to level 4, I feel like telling you what it would do now is a little bit redundant. But I will tell you this, that thanks to the donations of one very respectable individual in chat, there is a magic item that is coming the way of our group. Now, amongst this magical item is a particular numerical value that will make the power of the item greater or lesser depending on what the hype train gets to. So if we get to a 5th level hype train, we will turn this in from a what would effectively be a uncommon magic item to a rare magic item. So we'll see if we can get that while we do our introductions. But of course, that's enough of me talking. Let's meet these wonderful players and the characters to wit they play, starting with none other than the captain of the... oh, geez, you know what? I've completely forgot the name of the ship. I've called it...
The Razor's Edge.
The Razor's Edge. Yes.
At least that's what I call it.
At least that's what it's been called most recently. I will remind you that there is a tally of different names that have been
look at the
scratched
side
out
of the
on the
ship.
hull.
That's true. There is several names on the hull.
Sirens Foil was one of them, and
Yeah, you know, it's easier to change a number plate than it is to change a name engraved on the ship. So basically, that's just what we've done.
Oh yeah, there's just this one carpenter, McCaw, who's just got the lathe, and he's just constantly. So now there's just this very thin bit of the hull.
every time he finishes, I'm like, no, I've changed my mind. We're not calling us the Razor's Edge anymore. We're getting too much
Shave off
notoriety.
the VIN number. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Robert, tell us who you are and the character that you're playing.
Hello, so I'm Robert Hartley. I'm a professional dungeon master here on Twitch and YouTube as well. You can find me by searching for my name, Robert Hartley. I'm the GM for Viva la Dirt League, a comedy group on YouTube also. And today, and for the rest of this this short pirate campaign, I will be playing Fork, or Captain Razorbeak, a feared pirate at sea who rules with a bloodthirsty rage at sea, but has a soft spot for his crew.
Very cool, very cool. And next up, of course, no good ship will sail across the seas without someone to care for her from bow to stern, and that is none other than the boatswain, Alistane, which I didn't realize rhymed until just then, but there we go, played by the wonderful Patrick, a.k.a. That Great Gentleman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, hello. I am Patrick Keefe, aka That Great Gentleman. Everywhere on the internet, you can find me most places under that username. You can also find me doing more piratey things at the Writers Room 7th Sea, which is a wonderful 7th Sea TTRPG podcast, fully produced with sound effects, but it is all actual play, and we teach people how to play the game as we go along, explaining all of the different mechanics. And you can find us wherever podcasts are found.
Wonderful.
I am playing Alistane Porter. I always forget that part.
Yes, I was going to say. Yes, indeed. Alistane is, of course, our Dragonborn. And we're using, of course, Fizzbang's Guide to Dragons. And yes, we have, of course... Do you guys have your miniatures?
No,
Nah, bro.
Not yet.
Never arrived.
Oh, no.
Going on?
Yeah.
I got her.
Celestine and Swift.
Shipping
Yeah,
to
just flex
Australia
on me,
is
just
is a thing. Yep, that's okay. We'll get
Just the double act.
That's all right. We'll get them. We'll get
Exactly.
them one day. We'll get them one day. All right. Next up, of course, we have the incredible Swift, master of grace, beauty, and of course, seduction. Who is playing Swift? We have Janet from World Anvil. Hi, Janet.
Hi, that is me. Yes, I am Janet Forbes. I sometimes go by JD Blythe, and I write RPG books. In fact, I just nipped out to get this one. I wrote this, the Dark Crystal RPG. Oh yeah, the book arrived finally. It is so beautiful. So I write books like this. I also write novels, and so that's sort of what I do. On the other hand, I'm also the CEO and founder of World Anvil, which is a world-building platform, novel writing software, and game campaign manager. Yes, I've had this much coffee, so bear with me this morning. So that is what I do. What I do here is I play Swift Kennelly. I ask the question, what happens if you take Jessica Rabbit and a swashbuckler and put them in the same character? And that is basically who Swift Kennelly is. That is what she does. She shoots things, and if that doesn't work, she'll try and seduce them. And she is Harengon. Yeah, the cook of the ship, and she really likes carrots. And everybody else is really sick of carrots.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
Master of the carrot.
Now, I would also like to ask Janet to do me a favor. Janet, can we see the Dark Crystals book with the author's page, please?
Oh yes, if you would like to.
I would
so
like.
usually in RPG books, there's a little story behind this. Usually in RPG books, when you write, it's part of a team, right? So everybody writes some stuff because they're really, really big, and the timeline on these things is quite short. So there was somebody in my community who saw the front page and was like, "Oh, I hope Janet is getting her credit because I didn't see her name on the front page because my community is lovely and they are always looking out for me." And they showed me the picture of this. That's my meat face on the front cover. They put my meat face on the actual cover.
Amazing.
This was like the most
As a-
exciting thing in the world.
As opposed to which face?
I don't know. but,
Skeleton
like, my
face.
meat,
Skeleton face.
my
Slightly
actual
above
meat
face,
face. I'm right there. That's me.
I'll tell you what,
yeah,
if
very
ever I actually publish an adventure, it is going to have a skeleton face. Like, 100%.
It makes sense. It's on
Just
brand
a
for you.
skeleton.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
an
that's your brand,
anatomy
come on.
Yeah.
glass skeleton
Yeah, it's
dressed
just
up in
gonna,
your
yeah, it's gonna be a
clothes.
skeleton with a didgeridoo and a dice. That's basically it. All right.
With a koala hanging off one side.
Like just gnawing on my skull.
Yes.
All right.
I like this. It works.
Last but absolutely not least, playing the role of Azalas. The first mate to this motley crew is none other than the delightful, the incredible, the indomitable, the dreaded GM.
Hello, everyone! I'm so happy to be back. I've been away for about 2 months. Well, I don't even know what to say. I haven't done this intro thing for a while.
These are my fellow storytellers. Oh wait,
Fellow
we're not on my channel.
Wrong channel, Rob.
I'm just really excited to be here. I too am a professional game master who is trying to make moves in the industry and make friends like these beautiful people and play all the games that I can and just have as much fun as possible with everyone. So what happened to me was very unfortunate, but I learned a lot from those lessons, and I'm very, very grateful to be here with everyone too. So if you want to check out my channel, you can go to
Dreaded GM.
Dreaded
How do you
GM.
forget that?
I don't.
That's like
Twitch.tv
Robert forgetting what his
//
brand name is.
GM something.
Dreaded GM is where you need to go, just on Twitch or anywhere else. The channel should be going live real soon. I'm actually in the new studio now, but we've green screened it out, so you'll have to go check that out. I'm playing Azalas. He is a Conquest Oath Paladin who is trying to be the best sword on the Dread Seas, and if not the whole world, which is a fun archetype that I always loved. Zoro, eat your heart out. Now, if you want to show off something cool, I put colored dreads in. And they actually match
they're
Zara.
amazing.
They are
I've only
amazing
got-
dreads.
I've only got a
Actually,
couple.
hold on. Before we do this, I'm going to give everyone forewarning. I'm going to try I'm gonna
Four
try
warnings.
and do this. I don't know how successful I will be, but I will reveal the behind
What
the
is
screens
happening?
green screens by turning off the filter.
Fast.
Oh
so
no!
much green. It's like
Wait, why didn't that
RPG
work for Dread?
Why didn't it work for Dread? Dread just
The only
so
That's
person
the
you
only
actually-
one you
The only one
wanted.
you actually
only one I
wanted
wanted
to turn
didn't
off
work.
for.
Why did that not work?
I
You know
put
what? I
these colors
tried.
in,
I tried.
and
No
then
one can say I
I
didn't put in an effort.
I just natively chose them, and I realized that they're Xalis' colors, so I'm very happy
That's-
about that.
Nice.
Uh,
That's cool.
Freaking awesome.
Just
Love
want
it.
to take a quick moment to thank everyone that has supported me during the downtime. It sent me beautiful messages to keep my spirits high, and you beautiful people for the massive welcome behind the scenes when I came in. That really was just like, oh my god, thank you. So I've missed everyone so much. I'm so happy to be back.
Yay!
Let's play some D&D.
Let's play some D&D. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
Yeah.
girls, for those of you who have visited my channel in the past, or if you're a new person to the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, then you would know that I don't invite my audience to simply watch and enjoy this game passively. No. You are an active part of this adventure as well. So join me behind the GM screen, as there are a number of ways that you will be able to interact with the game. Now, we have a number of channel points here, which we have through trial and error managed to hone in to the best of your abilities. So we have an insight bonus, which you can use to give a pertinent bit of information to our players. Inspiration to give, of course, inspiration to our players. A plot twist, where I will draw from either a flashback deck or a plot twist deck, and I will immediately change whatever is happening in the plot to reflect what is on that card, no matter what happens. It is very random, it is also chaotic, and it is hilarious. We also have the magic bag, a secret magic item that is held within a bag that will be presented to the players, usually something that is going to be helpful to their current situation. We then also have our wandering bosses and wandering NPCs. Now, these don't only come with a NPC that'll show up, but will also come with a Hero Forge mini that will feature in the show to represent that character. So there you go. Now, if you wish to more tangibly support the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, then please consider donating, as the lights here are very expensive, and they are used to keep my lizard body warm. So for $5, you can give a hero point or to the players, or a jinx point to me. Hero points are these lovely little green token red tokens that you can see there. I know colors. As you can see, they can be used to give advantage to themselves, very similar to inspiration, but can also be consumed to stave off death and petition the GM for random stuff that just shouldn't otherwise work. But, you know, I'll let it happen. For the grand old price of $10, you can grant a Wheel or Woe. A Wheel or Woe is where a situation suddenly turns in or against the party's favor. For $20, you can give someone a glorious natural 20, which you guys can see down there next to Alistane is the beautiful Nat 20 token. And of course, for the grand prize of $50, I will create a NPC magic item or enhance an encounter in a very dramatic way to thank you for the wonderful contribution. Now, we do have a secret menu. Now, the secret menu is donations of $100 or over. Thus far, the secret menu has thus remained a secret. But I will now tell everyone that it is the summoning of a boss. Now, this is a near TPK level boss that will appear should we ever get to that point. But that is the one and only time you will be told. Apart from that, we will see if the secret menu ever happens and what that boss might be, because it is now locked and loaded for this series. So there you go. There you go. All right. Without any further ado, let us
That's my guess.
begin.
Let's go.
Our adventure begins on the high seas of the Dread Sea and the lands of Alestria, a world fraught with perils, dangers, mysteries, and murder. It is here that we join a celebrating crew of velociraptor-like lizard people as they bang on pots and blow on horns, celebrating their victory over the Talvaron Navy, the bastards who try to enslave the Sea of Dread, as they wave their arms about, cheering that they have all lived. 18 of them didn't, but all of us that remain have lived.
All that lives, lives.
Life is short and brutal on the seas.
Yes, life is
100% of the crew that survived lived through the battle.
Yes,
There we go.
indeed.
Those are the stats. Bring me those odds.
Below the deck,
Captain
Alistair.
Razorbeak is nothing if not efficient at manipulating the numbers in his favor for the sake of his
Statistics.
reputation.
I love it.
Oh, incredible. Oh my God.
All right, I believe
Stuffed well.
someone has donated a hero point for Swift.
100% of my crew
Far
have made
away.
it through every battle alive.
Now, as you
When they die, they're no longer the crew.
now as the celebration
Because they're no longer crew.
Now, as the celebrations are rousing high above on deck, below deck, Alistane, you have been speaking with none other than the infamous passenger that has joined your crew, at least for the time being, and that is, of course, none other than the rat person. Let me pull this up here. Dr. Snapper.
Charles.
Ignore Butterscotch.
That's
Go away,
Dr.
Butterscotch.
Hello, Butterscotch.
There we go. So Dr. Snapper, who has informed you that while unfortunate, the reign of his former captain, Captain Goldfist, had seen to the attack of your crew, he had no part to directly play in hand, but accepts responsibility for the pain that you have suffered. He says that while the Horn of Poseidon, the magic item that the merfolk were after, is of course of great danger, he would not tell it to anyone who would seek it, which is why he is willing to share that information with you. But in order to do so, you must find a woman by the name of Butterscotch in a town known as Rough End in the Kingdom of Trist. Now, on deck, Fork, we go to you as you are by the helm, as a drunk macaw sort of walks over to the side of you. Again, there's still a levity in the air as you are sailing your ship northbound towards the town of Rough End.
So to remind me, we commandeered the other ship, didn't we? And we were going to take it into Rough End and sell it.
That is correct.
And I've got a couple of skeleton crew of my macaw crew steering that one, right?
Correct.
Just sort of following us along with it. Cool.
Yeah, and they are shadowing you quite well.
What is it? Just shit. Yeah. I really need to put some work into teaching these people elocution. A little wider when you speak. What is it? Can I get any? Can I roll insight to see if I can work out what it is? Because I think we said that I speak macaw, don't I? I just don't speak your version. I don't speak Dead Aussie Gamer pretending
Look,
to speak.
I'm gonna say this: the macaws say whatever you think they say.
Okay. In that case, I say, well then deal with it. Why are you bringing this to me? And obviously you stink of it as well. Don't come to me when you smell like shit like that. If he's got, well then he's probably something he's eaten. Steer away from it. But tell him to mop it up.
You watch as he runs over. You can see that there's this this kind of this kind of like pool of this multicolored stew that seems to be pouring out of what looks to be a cooking pot with teeth. You watch as the macaw gets closer. He puts on a bucket and he goes as he's trying to comfort the pot. However, with a quick snap of teeth, the macaw disappears. As Captain has informed him that he's trying to soothe the belly of the mimic known as Binkley. You see that they kind of give him space and they just like.
Azalas! Azalas!
Yes, Captain.
Inform the crew that I wish to speak with them. All at once.
Very well. So how do we usually summon them? Is there like a toll bell or something like that?
There is a large bell at the just kind of where the main mast is.
All right, I start ringing it as hard as I can. Like it goes straight as hard as I'm just really just like going at it.
And as you do, I start shouting. Start shouting. All hands on deck! All hands on deck!
All right, Swift. From inside your cabin quarters, you emerge, hearing the sound of the call by the captain.
Swift sort of saunters her way onto deck. She pulls her cigar, which is almost finished, buffs it out, is just about to buff it out on the side of the ship, when she sees Alistane. She takes it. She lifts up. Actually, she reaches behind her and buffs it out on the buckler that is usually sort of on her back. And sort of tucks it into a pocket. And looks at Alistane.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
It's
Respect to the ship.
lovely ship. She says. She sort of sidesteps away from the glare that Alistane is currently fixing her with. She's heard the bell. She sort of walks on to the deck, looks around, leans back against the mast.
You
Wonder what
look
this is gonna be
around
about.
and lean against the mast, and as you do, I'm just standing up on the by the helm, and I'm just watching you emerge, the last out of the entire crew to arrive. Just saunter your way across and lean against the mast. And then I
lick
say,
a finger and just sort of like straighten a bit of the fur on one of my ears. And I look back at you.
36 seconds, Swift. 36 seconds. And then my wings come out, and I sort of fly down to the ship and land.
As soon as you land, Alistane, like the bravado that he had sort of put on to intimidate Swift not to put out the cigar on the side of the ship, immediately shrinks back as he like sees you as you land down. His shoulders sort of like his large form just kind of slumps forward and makes himself as small as possible.
The outfit that I'm wearing with my shift weave clothing is the tricorner hat rather than the plague mask, but still the large intimidating thing from the neck down, the intimidating costume of the huge shoulder pauldrons and things. It's just that I've revealed my face back into the tricorner. And I say, it is despicable that we made it through that battle alive. A performance from each and every one of you left much to be desired. But I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
I thought I was. Oh God, I keep doing this.
Alistane,
Yes, sir.
as we approached the enemy vessel, can you explain what it is you are doing in the rigging of the ship?
I was attempting not to fall off the ship.
And is this your first time on a ship, boy?
No, sir, it is most certainly not.
Are you aware of the motion of the ocean and how a wave can come up to meet the prow of a ship? Something funny, boy?
No, sir, nothing at all. Yes, I am very aware, Captain.
So when the vessel caught the wave, slammed down hard as we knew it would, you were caught off guard. Why is this?
I began to lose my grip on the rigging and fall and plummet near towards the sea.
Come with me, boy. Show me something.
Mm.
I walk you to the edge, and then I say, and what happens, pray tell, when you fall? And I push.
All right. As you, Alistane, as you feel the force pressing up against you from force shove, you topple over the railing. Your feet do not catch As you lean backwards and begin to fall, I would like for you to describe the well, you know what to describe.
Yes, exactly. So as Alistane, as the air finds itself underneath Alistane's feet, there are several gems protruding from Alistane's back, poking through his coat, either where holes have been made for the gems or where the gems have made holes themselves. And much like when he had cast his magic before during the battle, the gems separate and form into two upside down V-like shapes as astral energy projects from the gems, creating ethereal wings that keep Alistane aloft. And far from looking majestic, he is currently attempting to bury his chin into his chest in embarrassment.
My wings go out and I fly up to meet you, and we just sort of hover next to each other. Like,
It like just very sheepishly meets your gaze, like,
you simply forgot you could fly.
It
Oh,
slipped
did
my
you
mind in the
choose?
It slipped my mind in the moment, yes. I was more focused on like, oh, I'm falling into the water. Maybe I have to, cast water breathing on myself. And
You understand how baffling this is to me, right?
I do. It's quite.
As though
baffling to myself.
it's as though I was to push one of the macaws and they were to fall and forget that they had hands to break their fall. And I fly down to the deck and I push one of the macaws and he just falls face first like a plank. He doesn't put his hands out to catch himself. But I'm like, that doesn't prove my point very well.
Bad example.
Seeing that,
It's about-
Dallas is going to
it's
go
about
push another
example.
one of them.
You watch as
This one arcs its back and just falls like a banana.
as that one
Why am I surrounded by idiots?
as that one tries to pull its head out of one of the floorboards, it sort of pulls up, and you notice that there's now a 90-degree turn in its muzzle.
He's got a daffy duck. Okay,
All I'm
this is
saying at
not
this point
making
is
my
just, like,
point very well.
Clouds of feathers everywhere.
Captain, no, the point was very eloquently spoken, and to be completely, it is heard loud and clear. I was incredibly foolish, and I promise you it won't happen again. Captain, it won't.
Stop pushing! Stop pushing! Stop it! Stop it! I was making a point. I'm allowed to push. No one can push. Stop pushing! And as I shout, my tricorner hat transforms back into the plague mask with the razor beak killing it. Stop it!
They all stop, even the one with the bent nose.
Shifts back up into a hat. Swift! I'll walk over to you.
Okay, as you walk over to me, I rolled a wisdom check and I failed. So basically, my ears go back like this, and then I've been leaning up against the thing, but you see me just go like dissipate down, and a kind of like, oh god, it's coming! Oh god!
I know this is your first time on a crew, and you've only been serving with us for 2 months. Perhaps I am to be more lenient, but all hands on deck implies urgency.
How gracious of you, Captain.
I would like to roll a persuasion
I
check.
give like a judgmental gaze at that there. Just like,
I would like to roll a persuasion check. Oh, it was almost a 20. Did you see that? That would have been 29. It is a 17.
What
And
are you trying to persuade
with
me?
my ears back, hunkered down against the mast like this.
Look, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. I shrink back, and my pauldrons shrink back into themselves, and I get my regular loose-fitting cotton shirt and waistband. It's okay. Leniency is allowed here. And for the like 20th time in 2 months, I'm like, no, it's okay. You're still new. Come on, stand up.
As Fork says this, you watch as one of the macaw comes up from below deck. He seems to be like looking at a seashell. He looks
Is it
around. He has
gold?
no idea what's going on.
Is it a golden seashell? Is it one of the gold things I picked up?
No. It is a shiny blue one though.
No, he's just very late.
Okay. Jimmy, come here, Jimmy.
You watch as he walks up. He's kind of looking around, and he notices the one macaw with a broken nose. He's like, oh!
I go down to one knee and put my arm around him, like back to Swift, and I go, Jimmy, you're really undermining me here. I'm trying to explain to Swift that all hands on deck means urgency.
He hands
Why
you
is it that you macaws always have a way of undermining my pieces? I'm trying. Give me that. Why did you even find this? This was in my quarters.
As you take the seashell, what you find is that the seashell itself has something rattling around inside of it.
I listen to it. I can hear the ocean. Oh wait.
As as for some reason you place this to your ear, like kind of like this very ornate golden ring, but it's faux gold. It's not like real gold. It's like you know that kind of thing. Like falls out inlaid with 4 pearls into its kind of like. What do you call it? Face, I guess. It's got pearls on it, all right? Now, it seems to be that the pearls are kind of streaming down and along the length of the ring, and you have never seen this before. It's not been on your ship anytime recently.
So it drops out into my hand, and the second I see the glint of gold, I sort of shriek as if it was hot and burnt me, and I drop it on the ground, and then I smack it with a tentacled eldritch blast, which sort of like wraps it up, and then I cautiously look down at it, and inspect it, and once I realize it's faux gold, I'm like, oh, false alarm! It's fool's gold.
As soon as you place it on your person, or at least you hold it.
Yeah, I then touch it and pick it up.
This immediately sort of starts to fill you with a magical energy, and you can feel your throat starting to open up a little as you grow a set of gills.
I already have them.
You get a second set of gills.
Your gills gain gills.
Yes.
I have gills on my gills.
You watch his fork start flopping around.
My head just decapitates as the gills meet up in the middle.
Oh no!
Flopping around.
No.
All right.
Amazing.
Now, this is a magic item that is awarded from our lovely audience, specifically from our dear friend Sparrow. It is Aphrodite's Tears, an ornate ring with 4 inlaid pearls. It allows the wearer to cast water breathing at will. And in addition, each pearl contains 1 charge of a cure wound spell. Depending on how many pearls you use, will also determine if you wish to use a higher level version of Cure Wounds. So you may use all 4 each day in order to, cast a single level 4.
Recharge it.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it recharges at dawn or in the tears of a forlorn love. So that means to say, if you were to cry from a lost love, and the tears were to soak the item, it would automatically recharge it.
Oh, that's cool.
That is
Finally, a use for my skills.
Magically, I was literally thinking that. Magically, I just know this stuff as touching it.
Yes, touching it innately as the energies flow into you. Because magic in the world of Olestria is very much bestowed more than anything else. So attuning to a magic item is more than simply holding onto it for a period of time. Some items speak to their wielder or to the people that hold them. And in this case, the item has spoken to you to tell you what its nature is.
Swift.
Imbued knowledge. Yes,
Swift.
Captain? I'm still trying to make you think that I'm the smallest, cutest thing that my eyes have gone like this. I am like a chibi bunny right now.
Dinner plates.
Look, Swift, it's fine. There's no harm done. I won't flay you. I think it's important that you know that when you try to seduce the enemy, it somewhat undermines me.
I
was
was trying to be a distraction, Captain.
You were certainly distracting. I was threatening to chop off his feet, and you were threatening to something more pleasurable. It perhaps potentially could work if sort of a good cop, bad cop, good pirate, bad pirate sort of a scenario, perhaps. But we need to work on that.
Terrifying pirate, maybe.
Look,
Workshopable for sure.
look.
I think there could be a plan here.
I've tried punishing. I've tried speaking with you. I'm going to try a different tact. And I grab one of your hands and I say, look, I'm going to bribe you. If you can make it onto deck within 10 seconds of me starting to ring the bell and shout all hands on deck, you can keep a hold of this ring. Would you? Is everybody out to undermine me? I'm trying. I'm in the middle of Azalis, please.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Rob, but this is amazing.
Swift's eyes become like pinpricks as she looks at the gold. She's like,
I put the ring in your hand and I close your hand over and I say, I believe you'll need this more than I, and you can keep onto it for as long as you do me right.
as long as I do you.
No,
right,
no,
Captain?
this is not. It's not that sort of a
Are
community.
you proposing marriage, Captain?
No, it's not a marriage. It's not a marriage. It
me.
just happens to be a
Encounter,
ring. It
Captain.
is just a magic ring. It's a magic item. It happens to be in ring form. I was not.
I mean, you gave me a ring and told me to do you right, Captain. I feel like I'm getting some mixed messages.
I walk to the
here.
edge of the ship and I just,
Opening
without
marriage.
breaking step, without breaking step, I walk to the edge of the ship. My clothes sort of shrink down into essentially just a loincloth, and I just swan dive over the edge and disappear below the waves.
I think
Captain White!
I
Well,
think he's
guess
gonna.
I'm the captain now.
I'm not looking at you, and you're not the captain now.
Yeah, you watch as several of the
He does
macaw
this from
immediately
time to
jump in.
time.
Yeah, several of the macaw just jump into the water straight after the captain, and you watch as they basically band together, and because of the way their feathers actually sit over their body, they kind of lash each other into making a tiny raft, using themselves as a flotation device. One of the macaw puts on a hat, like it's kind of like a little sailor's hat, and you hear it's the one going "Aruga, aruga, aruga, aruga," as it's like starts to search for the captain. However, as this happens, again your ship is still moving northwards, and the second ship does not see the tiny little boat of tiny macaws, and you watch as they just.
Oh no!
I'm just died.
And you watch as you watch as on the other ship at the helm, you just see one of the macaw holding onto the helm.
Oh no!
Alistair's gonna fly down and grab a couple
come-
of the named ones.
I come bursting back out of the water, right in tow with that second ship, and land down on deck, and immediately just kind of shake out my wings, and then I look overboard and double take. I'm like, what are they, idiots? Why am I surrounded by idiots? They know I can breathe. I do this every day. Why do we lose crewmates every day when they see me go over? I can breathe underwater. I'm like, what? And then I just walk down the steps of the second ship and down below deck. I'm just surrounded by.
Alistair turns to Azalis and Swift and goes, to be fair, and I'm not entirely sure how, nor do I want to know, they do seem to propagate quite often. New Jeremy's been around for like a week, and I'm pretty sure he's already created third grade.
We do have an abundance of them.
Swift just walks over to a sign where we have 1 days without incident and crosses out 1 and writes 0. It's like 0.
That being said, I think the captain brings up a fair point. I will admit that it was quite dumb of me to forget that I could fly. To be fair, haven't done it in quite a while. Should still remember I can fly.
It's
Thank
not
you.
instinctual.
Oddly enough, no. You would think, right?
Yeah.
I fully have to manually activate it in my brain.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a shame. One might say it takes up a full action to do it.
Right. Yes. So it was a calculated fall then.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I
poor
believe you,
calculation.
Alastair.
I'm not sure I believe me either, as I was.
Sharing a moment aboard the deck, the wind picks up. The sails catch the wind and begin to rocket towards the northeast. The next few days travel without any incidents. The macaw, for some reason or other, do seem to not be any short of macaws, and have continued to work vigorously to the captain's behests. You can also enjoy a few fresh-caught fish and mystery meats that have been pulled in from the second ship. No one really...
And carrots.
Yeah, and with lots of carrots. Lots of carrots. So many carrots.
Where are we getting these carrots from? We've been at sea for 2 months.
Stop complaining, they're good for you.
I'm afraid to ask.
It's a
Our eyesight,
vegetable of-
though, incredible.
What could I say? It's a vegetable of many uses.
As you make your way to the north,
I'm just saying it's very flexible. You can use it in a lot of recipes.
Slowly puts down the glass of carrot juice.
Just
lays that
move
on
the carrots
table.
away. I'm okay.
Good.
Sorry, Jack. I'm sorry.
Where is my filter? Where is my filter?
it's fine. This
I
is
don't
like
know
this
what
is
you're
like
talking
the
about.
no. This is like the Academy Awards where I have to play the music to like
Just like move
wrap it
along.
up. Look, these games are 2 hours long. Otherwise, I would just literally just
I
leave the
know.
stream on. I would leave, and then you just would. That'd be fine. All right.
Beautiful campaign.
The second day of traveling along the ocean, and you can see yourselves coming along the coast to the western continent. The large, beautiful white walls that meet the cliff faces greet you in the morning as you begin to make your way towards the far western side of the western continent. And there, nestled, perched among a myriad of crashed sea vessels? Yes, crashed sea vessels.
Sean Connery.
Yes, I'm Sean Connery here. You see, you can see that built in and among a variety of beached vessels is, of course, the town of Rough End, given the name after the first ship of this particular wreckage that you can see before you. The ship known as Rough End crashed into the southern reaches of the continent, and the pirates didn't want to let go of their treasure, and so they built a town around their boat. Unfortunately, though many were skilled in a variety of different things, none were skilled at building a lighthouse. So it is a commonplace where several ships have begun to crash until eventually this town had been formed. It is a town of rough, evil, chaotic, and mercenary-like sorts, and is well known for grog, fair trade, and freedom.
Yes. But it's home. Home away from home.
Alright, your ship pulls to the side as you begin to land by the dock. There, a rather rotund and weaselly-looking weasel, a bipedal weasel, should I say, greets you at the dock.
Do I know this particular guy?
Yes, his name is Franklin, and Franklin is the dock master here at Rough End.
What do I know of the docking procedure? Is there some kind of a cost that I have to pay up front? Is there a percentage of what's on board, or?
Well, the town of Rough End, while of course pirately in nature, has a deal with the nearby kingdom of Trist, a kingdom of paladins and law-abiding citizens. And in order to keep their relative peace, they have to document the comings and goings of people. However, as you know, Franklin, while he tries to his best to uphold it, is more than willing to doctor the the contents and the names of people for the right price, of course.
Of course. I will have that price ready as we were approaching. I would have gotten it ready.
Oh
in my
yeah, it's
accounting
like
house.
3 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Actually no, 2 silver pieces. As I feel like that is very poetic with the ferryman idea. So
Nice.
as you pull
I-
into the dock, he watches as the macaw drop the gangplank down. Watches he kind of examines the dirt on his shoe and kind of scrapes off something he stepped in. Well, if it isn't Captain Razorbeak himself, come back to Roughend, eh?
Always. To see you, Franklin, of course. And to pay you your dues. And I'll wave my hand back to the macaw that is following me down the plank. Jimmy, the one that was late. And he's holding a silver piece in each hand. And I say, as usual, Franklin, your dues. And Jimmy opens out his hands, and I say, and your new help. And I push Jimmy forwards.
Oh, well, Captain, you shouldn't have. You always know how to spoil me. He takes the 2 coins, and as he does so, he very surreptitiously nods at what looks to be 2 very, very large humans. They're clearly not humans, though. As you can see, both of them kind of have a mouth filled with shark teeth. As they walk over and they seem to place a firm hand on the shoulder of Jimmy. As Jimmy goes,
Yes.
yes.
There you're coming in now, Jimmy.
As
You had a good life.
you watch as these 2
Make us
large guys.
proud.
Yes, put him to work. So, how long will you be staying this time?
It's been a couple of months since we've been ashore. I know that one of my crew in particular wishes to find a good supply of carrots. Others wish to procure some things that you don't find too much of at sea. I have some wares to sell, and I gesture behind my ship to the other ship that's coming in as well. I have some wares to sell. I need to find a buyer.
Ah, I see. Well, you're in luck. The wagon happens to be in town. If you're, of course, willing to deal with him. He's currently residing to the north. He'll have a variety of different things that you may find interesting. As for your food and propagations, of course, complimentary clearing of the galleys is, of course, standard procedure here. And if you wish for any further food and the like, the quartermaster at the dock will be able to suffice. And if your officers require some rest and relaxation, the broken Siren is always amiable for new customers.
Right you are, Franklin. Thank you for your hospitality.
My pleasure, of course.
I'll turn and give the signal to the crew to start disembarking and unloading wares that we need to sell. There's room behind our ship to bring in the stolen ship, the
Yes.
acquired ship, shall we say?
Yes, you can. Now, the quiet ship actually needs to go somewhere else. It has to go to a nearby island, to the town of... Well, the island, sorry, of... There we go. It's the island of... I should know my own world by now, but I don't.
Almost like you need.
Almost like
Well done, Sheldon.
it's on my. It's you know what? I'm doing it. It's on my streaming schedule. I'm doing World Anvil. It's happening.
All right, I'm doing this right now. You know, if you had World Anvil, you could literally just look at your interactive map, click it, and you'd know.
I
Or
could give
just
you my
type-
interactive map.
You could type in 2 letters, 3 letters in the search, and it would just bing pop up with what you're looking for.
There it is.
New bone.
I'm done. I'm
incredible.
done. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I just want to
You can do
say
it every
More.
time.
exactly
No.
what
I-
World
I-
Anvil is for.
I would like to say this.
And-
Because of the relationship between myself and Janet, Janet is invited to call me out on it every single time because that is the kind of encouragement I need from my friends to do stuff like that. But I know I
But
love
you
what.
know why we made World Anvil, right? It's
To-
literally because my husband and me, Dimmy and me, had exactly that problem literally all the time.
Oh yeah.
Where's the
And
name
we're like,
of that
shit,
thing?
we need something for this.
Place?
Yeah,
where's
or
that
like if you get
place?
3 sessions in, you're like, crap, what was that? Like, there
I've
was
got
something
so
really
many
important
notes
about
where
that.
I'm-
So
Neither of us
important.
could remember.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
currently using it to build a world.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. World Anvil. And you know what? I'm gonna.
See?
I think I've even got a. I feel like I've even got.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Do you know how terrible I am? I think I even have a shout out command. Hold on.
Yeah.
Today's session.
I
brought
freaking
to
even
you
do. I
by
do. I have
free sponsorship.
I even have a
Free
command.
sponsorship for
Oh,
This is
yeah.
how little I know about my own damn channel. Okay. So anyway,
Amazing.
a special thank you to Calindria, who I believe put that in together. But yes, please go check out World Anvil. Very cool. But yes, you will need to have the ship sent to Newbone Island, which is not too far away. But your original plan was to sell it here to someone to then go to Newbone Island. Though you would get less money for it, you would still get a fair price.
Yeah, it's. I wanted it off of our hands so that it couldn't be tied to me.
Yeah.
And it's free real estate. So so any money that we get for it's fine. It's all profit. So yeah, do we reckon we can sell it to somebody here, and they can take it to Newbone?
You'd have to look around and ask, but yeah, it stands to reason.
That's my plan then.
Hey, Dag, I'd like
Yeah.
to have a frank conversation with Franklin, if possible, when I get the
Okay.
chance.
Of course you may.
Hey.
Pun points for Dread.
Hey.
10 points to Dreaderin.
Pun points. Pun points.
Pun points.
Pun points.
They're
I love it.
important.
We should start tracking them.
Yeah.
We should.
You know we have a
should.
pungent on our stream.
Yes.
Pun count.
We do a whole pungent at the end of, so
Dragons.
people
Oh, I love
submit puns, and then we do the pungent at the end of the stream.
Beautiful.
I love
It's
it
a
so
thing.
much. The pungent is a
The
pun as
pungent.
well. I love it.
I love it.
Okay.
All right. So,
All right, so we're
Stop derailing us.
so yes, Azalis, you head down the plank, following after. Now the Macaw are more than capable of doing the disembarking procedure. Swift, you have a couple of Macaw who handle the kitchen quartermastering deals and stuff like that. And Alistane, what is effectively going to happen here is there are going to be a number of Macaw who will procure resources like wood and nails and tar and stuff like that. As far as if anything specific goes for the ship, that is outside of the purview of normal operations, you can ask them and they'll put some stuff aside.
And I've divvied out enough money for people to do the things that they need to buy the Russians and things they need and stuff.
Yep.
I'll stop
Binkley-
Swift. I'll stop Swift before you disembark, and I'll say, Swift, I want at least 3 different types of vegetables, please. Just 3. 3 is all. Just carrots can be one of them, but just something else for the stews.
You know carrots come in different colors, right? So we're gonna have like orange carrots and purple carrots, and then like
Just
red ones.
potatoes. Potatoes last really well at sea.
It is a type of carrot.
Potatoes.
Anything. Just
Parsnips.
some other.
Parsnips are like carrots.
Fine. Okay. Parsnips, potatoes, and carrots.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Certainly. Certainly, Captain. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Captain. She says, just like stroking a ring on her paw. Yes, Captain. Yes. Yes. Certainly. Right away.
And I'll walk out and what the hell? Also, try and work out what he is.
Oh yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Binkley is a mimic.
Yes.
Can Binkley become travel-sized?
Binkley has a problem. He has anxiety.
Binkley has many problems.
Yes.
Oh
and
my
because
God.
he
Poor
has
baby.
anxiety,
Binkley!
he only transforms into kitchen apparel. So he can only turn into like pots, pans, knives, things you would find in a kitchen commonly.
But so I can't take him away from my kitchen. I
You
can't.
can,
have a
but
ladle.
you'd be walking around with a
Okay.
ladle. Yeah, basically.
I will have a quick whisper with Binkley. Hey Binkley, you want to leave the ship? Yeah. Shall we go exploring? Yeah. Come on, you know what to do. And he knows the code, so he will turn into a ladle, which I will then like just strap the little hooky end off my belt.
Very well.
We've done this a bunch of times. The captain doesn't know, but I think Binkley gets bored in the kitchen, and I want him to have travels.
The trouble is every time you use this ladle, like to scoop anything out, nothing ever makes it out. Like it's basically the mouth.
Oh no, of course not. It's a
the mouth-
bottomless ladle.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
it's a bottomless ladle. Yeah, it just keeps
Yeah.
eating whatever it scoops.
Yeah,
all right.
it's not functional. Nothing on this ship is functional.
No.
Certainly not the crew.
I was going to say, certainly not you.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I take Binkley and I'm like, come on, Binkley, come on, my little oozling, and this sort of like sound happens, and then just like he just becomes a little ladle with the bowl of it sitting in my hands like this, and then
gosh.
I take him and I just hook him on my belt, and I just sort of saunter out the kitchen and leave the macaws to it.
very well. Excellent. Binkley plushies coming in 2023.
Oh, absolutely.
Binkley ladle plushie.
Binkley ladle plushies.
Just a
And no,
ladle
it's
with
like
little eyes.
a little dice bag. So you
You
like
get
open them
different
out.
ones, though.
That'd be cool.
I
So you
don't
could
care,
choose
but I
that
want
as a
googly
knife.
eyes.
Googly
A
eyes, definitely
ladle.
googly eyes. Yep.
Googly eyes.
All right.
I'm gonna approach Alistair.
Hmm.
Alistair,
Captain. Yes, Captain.
before we let the doctor go, what is it that we've managed to? Wait, no. Remind me what happened with the doctor. Did the Sahuagin manage to get away with him?
No, he's still around.
No,
If,
he's
They came.
with
They
us.
came
yeah,
for him, right?
if you don't mind, I will pause that scene because I will come back and the doctor will have a kind of an interaction here.
Right.
On the docks.
Because Ionis is with us, right?
Yeah, he's with you too.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
the
still have-
sexy fishman.
Sexy
stayed with-
fishman
stayed
still
around.
with you.
Fishman, yeah.
I thought he disappeared back into the waves.
Oh yeah, no, he
It's-
did. He
it's
needs to go
news.
ask his mom and dad if he
Oh,
can join
okay,
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
The doctor stayed with his sexy fishman left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Sadly.
Azalis, you disembark from the ship, heading down the gangplank to talk to Franklin. Franklin seems to be, putting a variety of different notes down as he's like, yes, a sloop with 4 people, all humans, wearing hats. Azalis, good to see you in good health.
Well met, Franklin. I have a question for you.
Well, of course, I'm only here to oblige my friends and neighbors.
Tell me, is there anyone of pedigree in Rough End right now?
Ah, you're looking for him, are you?
Him or another? I need to add to my glory, and I crave violence. Much more than I got my fill at sea.
I did not get my fill at sea. Sorry.
Well, there is a man from the far north, a rather crass individual who, let's just say has been causing a bit of trouble. Claims he's from a land far beyond our wildest imaginations, blah, 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 but his coin was as good as any. If you're looking for violence, then violence follows that person around like the wind follows a ship.
And what is this individual's name?
His name is Cass. Mad Cass, some have started calling him.
Did you say Mad Cass? Sorry.
Yes.
Very well. Where does he frequent?
Well, you'll probably find him keeled over in an alleyway somewhere. I'd try over by the entertainment district.
So he can't handle his booze. And this Cass, the Mad, does not interest me. I'm looking for someone strong. Someone that people fear.
Oh, I don't think you'll be disappointed.
What's stopping me from just slitting his throat then, while he's keeled over?
Well, if you did, you'd be doing us a favor.
I'm not looking to do anyone a favor. I'm looking to do myself favors. I want to take someone out who is, as they say, glorious, strong, powerful.
Well, there are a few names that ring into mind, none of which to bear at present. I'm afraid Cass is, if you excuse the turn of phrase, the bottom of the barrel.
Yes, I don't think is worthy. Let me pay you.
I hand over 3 silver coins.
Oh.
You, gather me some information on some victims. Let me know where they are. I will meet them in glorious battle.
And I'm sure that can be arranged.
A nod. Scales catching the sun as my leather jacket drinks in the sunlight as I move on away.
Very well. As the sun kind of catches you, your scales kind of take on this kind of almost like a scintillating array of prismatic colors and sheens as you make your way past and into the town.
Yes.
Now, Captain, as you and Alistane are on deck, arriving close by from below deck is none other than Doc Snapper. Captain, it's... Oh, why am I... why are you so low? Don't be low. Whoa, try that. There you go. Captain, it's...
Yes.
I thank you for bringing me safely to port. I can't begin to express how grateful I am that I'm not making my way back onto shore in the hands of the Talvaronians.
And are you, Alstein? I thank you once again for taking great care of our ship. I don't think it'd still be standing after so many confrontations if it weren't for your studious efforts.
Appreciate it, Captain. And Doc, are you sure you're going to be all right?
I've got friends in town. Many who will definitely know how to keep to the discretions that are found here. Which brings me to why I've brought you here. Captain, and as I mentioned, the merfolk, they won't lightly take no for an answer, not easily. And while I do not have you within the earshot of the prince, I think it's important to tell you that no piece of treasure that was taken by the hand of Goldfist comes without a price. A friend of mine once told me that that the worst thing to dread on this sea is the unknown. And little is known about what drove Goldfist to the brink of madness as fast and as swiftly as it did. But I do. And I need to tell you this. If greed is what you're after, then greed is what you become. Talk to the Lady Butterscotch in the Broken Siren. She has the information you need, and from there, all you require is this. He lifts and turns up his eye patch, revealing a glass eye. He reaches into the socket and pulls out the eye. He holds it out before crumbling it. Inside, you can see that there is a very tiny silver key. The silver key seems to bear the visage of a man's face, with his mouth kind of open and agape at the, kind of like head of the key.
I'll take that.
He hands it to you, and then again reattaches his eye patch.
What does it open? I've been sort of sneaking around.
Oh yeah,
listening. So all the whole time I've been like not listening, but my ears have been sort of twitching backwards and forwards. My sort of long bunny ears as I'm sort of trying to figure out exactly what they're talking about. And then when the key appears, I'm just like, silver, shiny. I sort of step closer and closer, and so I will appear behind you. You won't have known I'm there. So yeah, the jump very appropriate. What does it open?
Swift. Not this one.
It's all right.
And Alistane is very just like careful. like
You watch as Snapper looks, and he kind of has a smile on his face. Not kind of like an overly happy one, but one that's like almost like a nostalgic one. He remembers the hunger and the thirst. You know, that never really goes away, even when you retire from being a pirate yourself. He says, "No, it's quite all right. It opens a locket which I gave to the wee lass many, many, many years ago now. It will guide you towards the path you need to take in order to find the treasure. Rest assured, I am confident that the Horn of Poseidon is among it. But take not a single scrap of what else you don't need. It's a long journey, protected by magic and guardians, and of course, Goldfist himself.
What?
The spirit.
He's still alive.
Ah, the spirit of which. Some say his ghost never, his ghost itself was never really parted from his treasure. If you believe the rumors, that is.
Can I ask Patrick, what's your passive insight? What's your insight modifier?
Passive
Insightful insight.
Actually, Janet, what's yours too?
My passive perception is 12.
Insight.
My passive perception is 12. I see you looking.
I see you following me. What did you say, Janet?
I don't know what my passive.
Just what's your insight modifier?
Oh, I see. Blam 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 -1.
Cool.
Plus 5.
Plus 5. Cool.
Wise, I am not. Persuasive, I am.
Is it okay if Azalis like sort of just enters the scene in the background?
Of course.
Holy shit, Azalis, why is all my crew so sneaky?
I mean, it sort of makes sense for those two. I'm not exactly the sneaky type.
Azalis is wearing chainmail as well, so.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
So you say, Doc, you say that this butterscotch has the locket that this opens?
Aye, she should. And she would safeguard it with her life. It means more to her than anything else in this world.
And why would she willingly give it to us then?
Once she sees you have the key, she'll know.
Very well.
She'll know we haven't simply killed you, taken the key for ourselves.
Even killing me wouldn't show you the idea, where it would be.
Fair.
Right, you are then. Where's to from here, Doc? For you.
Well, for now, I'm going to try and lay low. Come to ground and at least see if I can make my way back around. Hide back from the Talvaronians. While you might know that I have nothing, they might still be after me.
Very well.
For now, I wish you good luck and fair seas. Fair winds, that's the one. Good luck and fair winds. Fair seas, yes, no.
Fairy seas.
I scarcely think we'll see each other again. And Alistane, once again, for my part in whatever pain and anguish that crew saw to you, I am truly sorry.
I appreciate that, Doc. And for what it's worth, thank you.
He nods and sees you all off. Azalis, you're kind of on the gangplank as he's going down, so he kind of has to walk past you to do so. You know, he I need you to make me a perception check.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
Perceive. Perceive.
Abilities, no. It means skills, yes. And then, perception.
Actually, under. Oh no.
You've been muted by wizards, Dag.
Tiny siren.
Those tiny wizards! Alright, so if
work?
you look on your character sheet, you
Yep,
should be
I'm
able
on
to.
skill section, and then
Yes.
I've got it.
Perception. Yeah. I grab the dice.
I think you did
The little dice icon. Is grab.
Yep, is grab or throw into the chat box. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, cool. You watch him walk past. He is a peaceful and kind-hearted rat who has no nefariousness about him at all. You have a very strong sense of camaraderie with this person, one that you would never betray.
He definitely just robbed you.
He definitely just robbed you.
Stolen
Awesome.
your kidney. You have no idea.
All right. Also, super warm welcome to the amazing and wonderful 10 times 10 100 rating with a party of 4. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Welcome to Sirens and
Great
Silver,
name.
our
Great
pirate D&D 5e adventure. Yay! Please sit down, relax, and enjoy. And of course, be sure to check out all of the wonderful ways that you can interact with the game and have a bit of fun, because you guys get to influence the game as we play. So there you go. All right.
I'm gonna walk up to the rest of the people gathered that I've just spoken with, Doc, and I'm gonna ask,
Why are we letting him leave? Why aren't we bringing him with us? Why is he running from the Tavarians?
I'll turn my back towards Doc and put my hand on your shoulder and sort of just lean closer to your ear, and I say, "We've got what we need from him," and I'll bring the key up to my neck.
Are you sure we're not just doing his bidding? Trusting him blindly?
I serve one much more powerful than he.
Aye, Captain. That's good enough.
Besides, Azalis, I've always got you to watch my back.
Yes.
I'll turn around, and as I turn, a cape will sort of emerge from my shoulders, and a cloak sort of thing will drop down, making my whole outfit look a little bit more elegant. Not exactly regal, but more well-to-do. And it'll turn with a flourish, and I'll just start strolling off across the dock towards the broken siren.
Azalis rolls his shoulders and then gives a sinister grin with the exchange of walk and follows in tow.
All right. Alistane, Swift.
I go after you, Alistair.
Of course, thank you very much, love. Where are you off to?
We're all going off in the same place, yes?
Heading
all heading
towards
up to-
the tavern.
Let's
broken
do a
siren.
four-way party split for Dag.
Oh yeah.
What does a
Four-way
broken
five
siren
party
sound?
split.
Yeah. What does a broken
broken-
siren sound like? Is it like ew, ew, ew?
Oh,
Like it doesn't go back up again.
No. It sounds like the. It sounds like the like a siren. It sounds like a siren like going past you like.
It's got to go down. Nino, 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 Nino. It's the Doppler effect.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
It's got to go down.
Yes.
And
There
then
we
goes
go.
up when it comes
then it's
towards
not-
you.
No.
Then it's not broken.
Yeah, but okay, so that is
But
now.
if it doesn't do that, then physics is broken.
Yeah, but
exactly.
you gotta be
That's
very.
even worse.
You gotta be very careful though. You gotta be very careful, right? Because they can emulate any other type of like alarm, like a fire alarm or a police alarm, right? And in groups, a broken siren is also known as a doppelganger. So there you go.
I love it.
How many
I love it.
pun points?
Fun points.
There was two, I think I
Fun
counted.
points.
Jesus. All right.
Also, by the way, we didn't notice the pun before with the ring. It's made out of gold, so it's gilded.
Oh.
Gives gills.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Gilded
I'm
point.
terrible.
As Alistane walks forward, he's going to peek over his shoulder and be like, "If you try anything, love, my tail is still bigger than you are.
That's what they all say.
I can't even
I just blink.
Oh, it's your turn, Alistane.
You're very lucky I like you, Swift.
You disembark from the vessel. The sounds of the bustling town
Now it's your
slowly
turn.
start to rise up around you as you make your way towards what looks to be a large vessel crashed into the side of the the market area, where you can see a variety of different merchants and traders operating in and around the area. The figurehead that seems to be justed over and out of the ground seems to depict a beautiful woman that seems to be holding out a kind of like a seashell, and you can see there's this large fissure running across the woods, snapping her in half. Hence the name, the Broken Siren. As you approach, we find our characters entering the rather lovely establishment, which I will now share with my audience.
Hey.
Azalis looks among the crowd with a disdain or disgust.
All right, so there we go. And
Lots of broken people in here, Rosales. I don't think you're going to be finding much. But you never
The
know.
dregs. Yes. Not much better than our macaws.
Well,
I don't know. I think a few of them could take these slubs.
The macaws or the broken people?
Yes.
I think we best get the drinking out of Stain.
I like that idea.
All right, on to that. Oh.
you know what? I'm sick of that bard. I'm gonna get another bard. That bard.
That bard gets thrown out into the street.
Yeah, you hear this smash.
Lute string snaps. Ping!
Learn another song, you bum.
50 times this week.
Enough looting.
Hey!
All right.
10 points.
See?
Yeah.
This is my native territory.
Oh my god.
Pun.
So happy.
All right. The depths of the seedy tavern seem to be choked with stale and stagnant air, mixing with the mildew and rot that seems to come still soaked into the wood from the ship. There are several tables lining the sides of this place, each illuminated with a dimly lit candle. There are very few individuals who are within the tavern at this time, and at the end of the room here is a small bar counter with what looks to be a 2-story tankard, like kind of an aquarium of glass that is filled to the brim with ale. The effervescence that seems to bubble and brew within it create a glorious illumination of this amber-colored liquid that pours from several taps in the side of the glass. It is the most notable thing here, and within are very magical motes of light that seem to give the illusion that is a fish aquarium that is swimming through the beer the beer solution, like just kind of
Incredible.
yeah.
Amazing.
But can't be good for them.
Jim, at your discretion, let me know when I want to have a look around across the bar and see if there's like someone that looks like the most, even if they're broken, who's the biggest, meanest one?
You want to screw
You are the biggest, meanest one.
All right.
You see a mirror and square up.
You know what?
Why are you following me?
I see how this is. Okay, fine. You know, I threw Cass out at you. I thought you were gonna take the bait, but you didn't. But now you want something bigger? Oh, I can give you something bigger.
If Cass is here, let me know. I do have like Azalis has an idea if Cass is here.
You meet another guy called Sek.
Sek.
Sek is definitely different, distinct to Cass.
Brother of Cass.
He's even bigger than
He's
Cass.
the exact opposite, in fact. Yeah,
Yeah.
very different.
You give him a tap and he's done.
Yeah, that's it.
He's whatever you were looking for in
call it
Cass
a little
that
bit
I
of
did
a-
not
They
provide.
call it a sack tap.
We call him
10
one
points.
tap Jack. All right. Cool. Here we go. Done.
Oh god.
Inside the tavern, seated by what you think is like 4 different chairs, is a large and imposing figure. Its hulking mass barely able to sit on these chairs that are straining over their body.
It's a hill giant. It's a hill giant, guys.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I
All right.
wonder if the
boy.
brewmasters here
The
practice
most
way
notable
of
thing,
drunken
the most
fish.
notable thing about them is that there is one large and phenomenal eye that seems to be on their person. Now, this
Yeah,
individual
he was having-
seems to be taking big swigs out of what looks to be a barrel. It is a Cyclops. What you know about Cyclops is that once upon a time, Cyclopses were considered to be monsters. Monsters, of course, being defined in my world as those who were born of the god of destruction and pieces of the Tarask. However, in the age that has recently passed, a great sage has given sapience to a large number of monsters who have learned civilization and become more readily accepted. Though there are still a few that kind of embrace their monstrous nature. There are others who just simply want to live their life as is. It is not uncommon to find such monsters here in Rough End, and this is one such monster. His name is Squinty, because that is the name I am giving the Cyclops.
Squinty. I love
Squinty Tavern Man.
Squinty Polyphemus. There we are.
There we go. Squinty
With-
Polyphemus.
Yeah. With Dragonborn.
No, yes, sorry. His
Remind me.
nickname is the Funky Comedina.
The Funky Comedina.
Yes.
What is happening here? I love it.
Funky Comedina.
That's going in the notes.
I love the fact, it's not. Nothing makes me
I've
feel
written it
better
down.
when I hear my players googling my jokes. Anyway, yes, that is what you see across. That is the largest
All right.
thing Azala sees in the bar.
Zalis is definitely eyeing that
You would-
Cyclops.
You would all know, by the way, in case it comes up, that I do not go by nor allow my crew to reference me as Razorbeak on land. It is a scary persona that I use at sea for like a mythological Razorbeak, and so I never let people see what I. Instead, I go by Captain Taran. I go by Captain Taran, which is short for Taran Feathers. Taran feathered. Taran feathered because I'm jet black feathered, so it looks like I've been Taran
nice.
feathered.
Taran feathered.
I like that.
Captain Taran is what people know me as on land.
I love it. Captain.
So I as I enter, I take off my tricorner hat with a flourish and I say, Captain Taran has arrived. Let's bring out the ale. And I hang the hat on a hook and make a big ostentatious display of me taking off the cloak. And I hang it on the thing. But because the cloak and hat are all part of my shift weave and magically a part of my entire outfit, as I go and hang them up, they immediately kind of shrink back down and absorb themselves into the rest of my costume across my
Love
arm.
it.
But I just like to hang them up as a display of like, wow, I'm here. Check me out.
As you
Yeah,
as
I'd
you-
like to.
As you
Sorry.
throw your hat into the air, it flies and it lands on what looks to be like kind of this staghorn helm. As it does so, you can hear the cheers of a few individuals here. There's about maybe 6 people, like patrons of the establishment, currently enjoying their libations. In addition to obviously Squinty, and yeah, they're very, very pleased to see you. Azalis,
Sorry, I accidentally rolled something.
how dare you?
Oh, so I wanted to do an insight check to see if everyone sort of like sees this Squinty as like a more formidable like presence in this place, or is everyone just like indifferent?
Most people are indifferent.
Oh, Swift, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the characters.
Oh, sorry,
it's
just
like the 6.
Yeah, the
patrons.
patrons don't seem to be paying any mind to Squinty.
All right. Okay.
All right. Behind the counter, however, you do see a beautiful and ravenous-looking woman who appears to be a faun, a satyr-like individual who appears to be mixing drinks and chatting sporadically with Squinty as she moves up and down the bar, preparing a variety of different cocktails and drinks, mostly just beers.
Is anyone fawning over her?
It's never gonna stop.
Jesus.
Sorry.
We've unleashed the floodgates here. We did this to ourselves.
We've been here before, yes?
Yep.
You have been here a few times. Butterscotch
Okay.
is a very commonplace name. You know that she is a she's been here. She actually inherited the broken siren from her late grandmother, who was the first proprietor. She has been very passionately serving the community, and she has been a friend to many. There are people who basically say that the reason why this tavern is considered to be a neutral ground is because you would literally single-handedly piss off all of Rough End, and no one likes to get it in the rough end.
Hey. Yep.
Well done.
Speak for yourself.
Well done.
Yeah, I would like to approach the bar. You know, knowing this information now that this is like Switzerland, you don't the neutral zone.
Yeah.
All right.
I will walk up and nod towards. What
Ah.
was her name again, Cesar?
Her
Her
name is
name,
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
And
Okay,
what was
cool.
what was
She's
your
the-
land
she's the
name,
one.
by the way, Rob?
Taran.
Taran.
Captain Taran.
Captain Taran. Taran feathered.
Captain
We all have
Taran.
land names.
Azala.
I-
Wait, do you have? Okay, well let's establish.
Actually, we
this.
need
Do
to
you-
figure that out. 'cause
do you
if
have-
you're
do you
in
have port
incognito,
names?
Captain Taran? We must be in incognito, especially someone that's trying to gather glorious reputation.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's true. It does serve against your idea of notoriety if you have an alias on land.
Yes, we haven't
My
figured that out
notoriety
yet.
is
Well, it-
my notoriety
it
is for
depends. It
my
depends
C
on what you're
persona.
going
So
for.
that's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
love London.
Yeah.
If he's trying to like appear as sort of like a ghostly legend of like, oh,
Yeah.
when Razorbeak appears.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Except if anyone sees Razorbeak and they go, "Hey, who's this guy that's a Tengu traveling with all of Captain Razorbeak's crew?"
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
we all have,
it depends on how notorious the crew of Captain Razorbeak is. Captain Razorbeak is the name that
That's
people
true.
fear.
That's
And
true. That's
people
true.
who meet Captain Razorbeak rarely live to tell a tale.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
So
they don't necessarily- they don't necessarily know who his
Taran
crew
and
are.
Razorbeak is-
there you go.
They just know that Taran and his crew on land.
We're and the band.
Okay,
On the
and the
building,
band.
we're and the band.
So,
That's
so,
us.
so
Yeah.
you guys have never really
We've got
exchanged
Casey,
names.
and then we've got the Sunshine Band. We're the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
I do not think we are the Sunshine Band. We may be the Muppet Band.
Mana.
All right.
I will stroll up with my band, my merry men.
All right. Making your way over to the bar, Butterscotch greets Captain Taran and the others as she warmly welcomes you once again to the Broken Siren. She says, "It's always good to see you coming safe and healthy back to the town. First round's on us." And she places a series of frosty cold brews. Now, as she pours these out, you can actually see inside the beer mugs that she's placed there the glowing light fish that seem to be in there. Now, these aren't actual fish; these are just sort of energy waves. Each of them actually deal cold damage, so it's very much like basically ice fish to keep it nice and
Very
frosty, no matter how long you leave your beer unattended.
Very, very nice.
But they
Zala's-
don't deal damage when you drink them.
No,
No, and they don't make the beer fishy.
no.
No, we're fine.
That's,
Zalis is
trust-
gonna try and drink his faster than anyone else.
All right, I need you to
Brain
make
freeze!
me.
Oh!
I need you to make a con save for brain freeze.
Okay. And I have my aura of protection now, so that's great.
Oh, beautiful. Go. As you.
Oh no, it doesn't automatically calculate it. I'll just add it manually.
Oh, yeah, you need to. Yeah, that's fine. 10.
I do believe
10
the
plus
Broom
6,
Master's
16.
here.
Plus 6, 16. All right, beautiful. Yeah, 16. Yeah, you managed to sort of wipe it away. And as you do so, your brain begins to ache and your body begins to shake. And Butterscotch looks at you as she realizes, she was about to warn the cold-blooded person. Probably not a good idea to just down icy cold brew.
Another.
You clearly don't regret it. So she places another. She says, So, are you gonna be here for long this time, or are you flying through?
Well, we'll be here as long as the mood takes us. Now, remind me your name, my beautiful one. It's Butterscotch, wasn't it?
Yes, Butterscotch.
That's right. We've got business in town. We'll be sticking around for a while.
Another.
I'll take out a small coin purse of like 20 silver.
She
I'll put it on the desk at the countertop and slide it across to her, and I say,
However much we can get out of that, and then the rest is yours to keep for the night.
She says, "You're too kind." She takes the coin purse and places it kind of tucked away in her dress as she continues to pour drinks.
And get one for everyone in here as well.
Butterscotch. In fact, I'll have what he's having.
And I'll point over to Squinty.
No more of these small tankards.
As you say that, Squinty kind of looks at you and there's this kind of growl. You hear the people at the back behind you cheer as you order the beer. They're clapping and they're like, "Yeah!" as beers begin to go around. Now, it takes a few minutes for this to happen. You guys get comfortable at the bar. Now, as this happens, the door suddenly bursts open. Now, I don't know how big this is going to be, but let's try this.
Oh god. It's never good
That'll
when the DM
do.
says that.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right. So as the door is thrust open, a figure looms in the doorway. You see
Oh boy.
this.
Oh.
Ooh.
A turtle wearing pirate garbs with what looks to be two large brandished shields kind of firmly fixed onto their back. As he enters in, you all recognize this figure. He is a notorious pirate from the area. He knows Razorbeak as Razorbeak, and also, damn it, Talva as... Is it Talva? Talva.
my land name?
Yeah.
Taran?
Taran.
Taran, as in
Taran.
tar and feathers. Tar and Taran.
Taran. Notes.
Taran feathered.
Michael. New note.
You understand? You
Rob
understand the
is
process of being
difficult.
tar and feathered, right? Tar and feathered. It's a thing that pirates
and
do. Tar and
feather.
feather
Yeah.
punishment.
Very well.
Tar and feather.
Done. All right, I've added a note. So,
I'm covered in feathers that are the color of tar.
it makes
I'm a
sense. It makes
pirate
sense. As
walking
opposed
aboard
to
a pirate ship.
as opposed to you being incompetent and being punished for doing so, for yeah.
Tar and
I get
feather.
it. It makes sense. Perfect sense. All right.
Taran.
So, as this individual kicks open the door, he turns around and he says, "Hold on, I need to find his voice." Taran, you salty scallywag. You dare come back here after what you did last time? You and your crew aren't welcome in Rough End. You, all your money.
We don't need to be welcomed.
I'm gonna
What's
stand up and just catch my step.
what's this guy's
Go
name?
wherever we please.
This is the infamous Captain Sheldon. Captain Sheldon. Captain Sheldon, otherwise known.
Didn't I take you, put you in a box in another universe?
What? Maybe.
Pretty sure,
Christ, his
pretty
name's
sure
not
in
Franklin.
another universe you were on an airship. In
I was
Frisco.
in this universe. You threw me into a box and filled it with scorpions. You filthy, overgrown chicken.
Well, you had it coming, Sheldon.
Well,
Shel-
you know what you have coming. Me and my crew, we're gonna make short work of you and your.
Not here,
As he
Sheldon. Not
he.
here in the broken Siren.
Well then, step outside, my crew. And he looks around and tries to find his crew. You actually look further down the road, and what you actually see is you see a bunch of turtles, like a whole group of them, like an entire crew. And as they do so, you can watch as they're...
Are they moving towards us at full speed?
Yeah.
I think we've got time for a couple more drinks.
You watch as one of them sort of stopped and is sort of breathing deeply, like, you know, he's like holding his heart, like he's like one of them sort of falls over and starts rolling back down the hill, and another sort of chased after him.
Come, you old salty sea dog. Have a drink with me. Let bygones be bygones.
Shelly, we do this every single time. Can you please?
Don't call me Shelly! I have a new name, and it's a good name. It is the Hammer.
Alisane actually has to chokes on his beer as he says that.
Is that
just coughing?
Are you finished? I with you, Sheldon. I'm used to just having to wait for you to pause and get out the rest of the sentence after. Is that the end of it? The hammer.
He walks over. At this point, you can see his demeanor's kind of
the
changed.
Hammer fist.
You also notice that
the hammer and nail.
You also notice that no one has reacted to Sheldon's presence here, right? Like no one's.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. As he walks in, he goes, "No, just a hammer. You know, like I'm strong and mighty and break things like a hammer."
Are
You're
you
a tool.
sure on that name?
Hammers are usually made to craft things.
And their tools.
And they're a bit dull.
Actually, it's perfect.
But
Let's get my dull tool a drink, shall we, Butterscotch?
he walks over and he says, "You know, you can't keep disrespecting me in this town. Unlike you, I have to come here every day. The ship's still in the yard."
Well, if you had a competent crew and a ship, Sheldon, maybe you'd be able to leave this town.
Well, that's because family is family, innit?
Well, can't argue much of that.
Well, I wouldn't know.
I'll take a mug of ale and I'll...
We very quickly
Well,
we very quickly pan to the dry dock where there is a crashed ship, and you can see that there's just a turtle with like a carpenter belt, and he's got like one nail, and he's like. He then puts the nail down, and then takes out a slightly bigger nail. And it goes back to the tavern. He's like, "Oh, at this rate, I'll never see the sea again. But anyway, why are you back here? I thought you were supposed to be heading, to whatever the other place is that I should have written in World Anvil, and I'm already going to, you know, every time I do this...
New Bone Island.
You know what? Every time I do this, I am going to give a shout out to World Anvil. World Anvil, people! Don't be like Michael. Use World Anvil.
Michael.
Every time you do this, just put it in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah, don't be like Michael. Go to World Anvil. Put all your stuff there. I thought you were heading to Port Hazard.
I'm on my way there. You know, we're not in a rush, you see.
Well, it says much to your sailing capabilities if you've set out from Rough End to Port Hazard and you've ended up back here. As he
we didn't turn back empty-handed here, Shelley. In fact, this might be to both of our best fortuitous coincidence that I happen to have arrived back here. It might be to mutual benefit. You see, you're in need of a ship, and I happen to have a spare. I was going to take it to New Bone Island, but for a price, I can give it to you instead.
Ooh. Well, that is a tempting offer. How much do you want for it?
It's a good one, too. 3-sail scully with a something. I'll use some sort of pirate jargon that Robert doesn't know. With a 4-mast aft.
Well, if it's got 3 sails, it's clearly superior. My current ship has only 2 sails, and is definitely not as impressive as a 3-sailed boat.
I'm loving the boat terminology here. Actually,
They're
Swift
sweet.
Yes, go ahead.
when the guy came in, Swift had never met him before, so she spent some time hiding behind her mug, basically not knowing what was going to go on. Now it's very clear this guy is, in fact, a hammer. That is to say, a dumb tool.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, as soon as Swift takes the mug away from her
Yeah.
face, she sees Alistain's mug just right in front of her, about as big as she is, and Alistain's face just like making faces distorted through the beer.
And then as you see that, all of a sudden you watch as Butterscotch puts on in front of Azala's this like freaking barrel that she's been serving to it's finally filled up as she's put it down, and you can see that instead of fish flowing around, there's like a shark.
It's an energy shark.
It's an energy.
a small kraken. Blim, blim, blim.
I am going to get back to that because I have to. Hammer. To sweeten the sail, you can change your name from Hammer to Saw because you will see the sea again because you have sawed it.
Nope, you're really ruining this, Azalis. You're really stretching. You can feel you stretching. You're at the bottom of the barrel before you've even started drinking.
I
Stop
think I should
doing
get back to the
yoga.
barrel.
You're doing too much stretching.
Yes, I have to marvel at how fantastic those were though, because you were stretching.
There you go.
Yeah.
The saying that,
That's right.
clearly inebriated.
There's a type of
Azalis
nerd
sitting
that'll
in the
know what I'm
bottle.
talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
I knew. I got it. It just didn't work.
Alright.
Alastair, what say you? What do you think a ship of this esteem would be worth?
Well,
And-
remember, cuts in Swift, it has got the bespoke mahogany tailoring on the inside,
yes,
and
of
the
course.
beautiful paneling. And remember, of course, that it is richly outfitted with velvet and silks and satins. It is, of course, a very superior, internally designed ship.
it
The
does
interior
come
is exquisite,
furnished.
and it really, really must be recognised in the price that it is a truly splendid blah 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 blah. I have rolled a persuasion check for this. I got a 10, but I rolled a 1.
Thank you, Swift.
I don't know what that
Thank you.
means.
Swift, thank you. This is okay. Yeah, you're a little heavy-handed,
Captain,
Swift.
So, as,
Helping.
Captain Taran, would you like me to speak plainly on the subject? Because I certainly can.
I will.
It's a 3-masted carrot with the accessibility for 4 masts. It's square rigged, it's lateen rigged on the aft. It's very nicely done, hardly any damage to it. It's better than what you had before.
Make me an offer.
well, I'll be sounding like a fine ship. Definitely a fast one, too. All right. I'll tell you what. We still have some of the treasure that a certain former crewmate had stolen from the other crewmates and pawned off, finally collected for at least a small tithe. He kind of shoots kind of an evil glare over at Swift. I'd be happy to return that which was stolen, or that which was compensatedly taken, should I say. Plus, perhaps, 2,000 silver pieces.
I'm waiting for the sweetener.
The sweetener is that we'll be paying for the squibbing of that there ship. 'Cause it ain't no secret what you'd been fighting out at the sea. When a Talvaronian naval ship comes sauntering into Rough End, ain't
I'm-
no one
think
that
I think you have your stories mistaken, old Shelley. Well, from what I heard, rumor has it, it was Captain Razorbeak what got into trouble with the Talvarian Navy.
And I'll lean in just like a few feet from him, just a little closer. And I'll just sort of have my hand so that my back is to the barmaid and my hand is in front of me. And then just like a small, thin black tentacle wreathes its way out of my my cuff and just up into my hand where it solidifies into a dagger.
He looks at you and he says, "Oh, your sea witch has no bearing over me, lad, and we know that. But I will tell you this. That ship is more trouble to you than it is value to me. 2,000 gold, and a modicum of the treasure is my final offer."
Azalis is going to pull his head back from the barrel, and he's going to look over. We don't want gold! And he's going to go bury his face back into the barrel.
Do I think this is a good offer?
2,000 silver. You mean,
Yeah,
2,000.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2,000 silver. Yeah, I'm forgetting my own world rules. Now he says. Now, basically, as far as deals go, this is about maybe 6,000 gold less than what you would sell had you gotten the thing squibbed.
But because I'm not doing it myself, this is a
reasonable
what I'd
deal.
expect. Yeah.
The treasure is, of course, is something that you have no idea about, but you do know the following story. Swift is a person who has traveled from ship to ship in the past.
Hopped from ship to ship.
Hopped from ship to ship. And one particular ship was, of course, none other than Shelley's ship. However, what was failed to mention was that through the interactions between Swift and Shelley, that was actually one of the reasons why his ship ended up on landfall. So he has a little bit of ire towards your Harengon crewmate, but he does not wish to act against you and your crew. So he kind of lets bygone be bygones.
Yeah.
Very barely. But one of the things that he did say is that nothing that Swift possessed, of the many things that they stole, would be relinquished from his crew. He is now saying that he would be willing to release the coffer and return that which was commandeered.
Right. So that he will remove claim to the things that Swift took.
Yes.
And so that she can keep it.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say. Right, you are, and I'll sort of open my hand, and the tentacles will very quickly retract back up into my sleeve.
I think we've got ourselves a deal.
And I'll hold out my hand, and the tentacles will just peek their little tip, just the tip, just out.
She says
into the base of the palm of my hand.
Just the tip of the carrot.
Shelley says, "Oh no, I won't be falling for that again. We're going to be doing this the old-fashioned way." He gestures at Butterscotch, who brings out what looks to be another pint. He takes his hand and he stabs it with what looks to be a small like penknife kind of thing, and places the blood in his particular drink, and then slides it across to you.
This is so gross.
I'll put my hands as if I'm going to put them together in prayer almost, but then the same sort of just the tip of the tentacle out from the tip of my sleeve will just immediately Terminator 2 style just pierce out and pierce through my hand of the other hand and then retract and then I'll just clench my fist and I'll mutter something under my breath so that nobody can catch. Yes.
All right. As you take each other's drinks, he raises it to you and then drinks before slamming it down and making his way to begin arrangements for the trade.
Stick my beak in and just do like an awkward bird bath.
Have you ever seen macaws drink? Like they actually like open their mouth and just the tongue just sort of like
Laps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm imagining. All right.
Okay, somebody gift that from Patrick right now.
Yes.
Has to be a
Clip
gift.
it. And extra points if someone can make that into a remix of something.
Amazing. Got auto tune it.
Yeah, auto tune it.
La, 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 la.
Oh, wow.
All right. Now,
it's 5 a.m.
You start to feel very merry now that you have ale in your belly. Several bits of food have been brought out, including some sliced meats that have been, basically fried and crispy on the edges. A carrot that has been basically turned into shredded carrots, but mixed with shredded sweet potatoes, then deep fried into chips. All of these very delicious little sort of like bar food snacky things are placed in front of you.
Damn it, now I'm hungry.
I'll say as she places the food out, I'll say another round of drinks, Butterscotch, and also bring out a round for the Hammer's nails. They'll be arriving any second.
Hammer's
Hammer's nails.
so good.
The door opens and his crew finally walk in.
How's Azala's going on this barrel? Now,
Azala's
I just googled snake anatomy, and they do have big stomachs,
Oh
apparently.
yeah, they can expand. Can't they?
Oh, they do. They do. It's
And then they hibernate.
yeah. It's absolutely not the it's not the size or the volume of what you're drinking that is the issue. It is the
You're saying it's not the size of the boat.
It's the intoxication.
yeah. So I'm gonna need 3 different Constitution saving throws.
All right.
One is against
Jesus.
sicken. One is against basically your cold weather hibernation, and 3 is going to be
In case
just
you pop.
basically just start to
Straight
see
up.
That's
to
how my
see if
D&D
you
New
character
can,
died.
yeah.
Amazing.
It was a snake that drank until he exploded.
This whole time, Azalis is just like cold stare at Squinty, who's just probably easily drinking this barrel.
Oh yeah. He's like just
Have you-
almost paying you no mind as he's like like.
Have you picked up the barrel by chance? Dread?
He's just buried his face in it until it gets to
Okay.
the point where he can lift the barrel up. So he's just got like this
Can
snake
I-
face inside the barrel, just like.
Can Alistane
You guys have no
assist?
table manners.
Can Alistane assist? And I'll spend a hero point if need be by having like subtly drilled a hole into the barrel and inserted like a straw to surreptitiously assist in drinking this
Crazy.
down and making sure that he doesn't get like too drunk.
Oh.
So it's like, wow, it's going down faster than I thought it would because Alistair's
I will
helping me.
assist in this endeavor. It looks like
Having
mischief.
a sp-
Swift is on board.
All right. So what you've
Those
done
are all
is
with plus
Alistane.
6, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So the first one was, of course, for your for the cold. Like let's go with that. It's freezing. Regardless of how much you drink, you feel lethargic from drinking like frosty cold ale. That being said,
That
I would
result
like.
was 27, and then 18, and then 26.
Okay, so the
He's a
18.
beast.
God.
Yeah.
All right. So the 18.
I didn't need help.
as you drink the volumes of it, right? Like again, this is a barrel. You start to inflate, and Alistane kind of worries a little bit about you, and will kind of attempt to drill a hole into the bottom of the barrel. Now, as this happens, Swift, you grab like a couple of like the mugs, and as the ale pours outwards, you've kind of created a tap in the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So you've literally like and you just basically like tap the barrel
I'm
as,
just,
as
yeah.
For drinks.
As whenever I'm asking for like a refill from the bar lady, I'm actually just leaning
She's
over
just
and getting it
passing
from his
around
barrel.
the other side from
Yeah.
the barrel.
All right.
I'm just passing it over, and then another one.
Now,
another one.
Good.
as this happens, suddenly, all the lights in the tavern suddenly flash out, leaving only the light of the magic inside the glass illuminating the tavern. As this happens, you watch as several ghostly wisps start to creep across the floor.
Alistane's gems start to light up and provide some like soft ambient light.
You hear from deep within the walls themselves the creaking of the tavern, and the words,
Dead men tell no tales.
people immediately rush out. Even the large Cyclops grabs hold of his drink and sort of, like rushes for the door. As you are slowly being encircled by the mist that surrounds you.
Is there anything above us?
Looking above you.
Like a light fixture?
Yes, there is indeed a light fixture. It looks to be the old helm, the helm wheel, with several candles sort of melted to make it look like a chandelier.
So in a moment, you guys hear, I don't like this. And then suddenly, boing! I have rabbit hopped up to the chandelier.
Oh dear.
And I'm looking down from above, like this.
All right.
It's all right, Swift. It'll be all right.
I've conjured my great sword, and I have the Devil's Sight invocation, so I can see through magical darkness. I'm just keeping an eye, just staying at the ready. I've still got my hand on a tankard and the other hand on a great sword, looking around the bar.
So with the
Same for
words
staff in both
dead
hands.
men tell no tales, I'm gonna say,
Well, we're going to have a grand tale to tell then. And I take out my great sword. Because we're not dying this day.
As you do so, you watch as the mist begins to sort of create these footsteps that create parts in the mist. A creature begins to form from the murk and the muck. Dripping wet water sounds can be heard sloshing over the floor until you see... There we go. Boom.
Oh dear. He looks crunchy.
A drowned sailor, body covered in barnacles and sea life that cling to its flesh, its one glowing and beady eye looking at you with maliciousness. And it says, "The treasure of Poseidon is not for the hands of mortals. The key shall be your death. Fall to the endless depths and join him and his crew. For it be the last you sail upon the dread sea."
But
I only follow one. And that is by
Alex?
choice. It is my captain.
a nod towards.
Alistane is just looking at him with like pity in his eyes, like this sort of undead, drowned form. There's just sort of like a sadness that kind of comes over Alistane.
Captain?
Captain has quietly slipped from his stool and moved to a different part of the bar in the darkness, in the shade of the darkness and mist. And as he's moved,
Sorry, just real quick. No one is around. You can no longer see Butterscotch, so you are alone in this room currently.
Okay. Good.
Oh no.
No, that's good for the captain because he's about to shift into his persona of Razorbeak. And then the captain's just going to quietly move towards this thing out of the mist, trailing the greatsword behind.
As you
Watching the trailing greatsword ahead, Azalis is going to blink, and then suddenly you're going to see this radiance beam from his eyes, and he's going to use his divine sense.
All right, this creature is a creature of the undeath. But as the creature walks forward, you watch as more of these hands kind of almost pull themselves out as if the ground itself was made of water. And you watch as behind Captain Razorbeak, as his Razorbeak persona begins to embody, these tendrils start to rise up out of the same mist. Azalis, your blade in hand, you kind of wipe the froth and frost from your jaw. Alistane, are you preparing? Are you?
Oh, Oh, absolutely. Question:
Yes.
Does Swift have dark vision?
Swift is a Harengon and therefore does not have dark vision.
Okay, yeah. Alistane, like as soon as the lights had gone out, had cast dark vision upon Swift.
Thank you.
So now you do.
Very well.
Thank you.
And
You hear the telltale click in that
his
case
staff
of
as
a.
the arcane focus.
I'm gonna stay within 10 feet of the captain, and anyone else is hoping to keep him to the 10 feet, but the captain is the priority.
Nice. And Swift.
Yeah, you hear the telltale click of a musket being prepared, of like a flintlock pistol.
And as the musket clicks and you see that flint sort of create that moment of light in the dark, you can see that the walls of the wooden ship have started to stretch almost like plaster and form the faces of countless tormented souls in the wood of the ship. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to end today's session. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you had a wonderful experience. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are, of course, on a fortnightly schedule, so we won't be back next week. We will be back the following week. But to tell you more about where you can find these wonderful people in the interim, take it away, our team. Starting with Rob.
That was very exciting. What a good place to leave it.
Oh my god.
Very much looking forward to next time.
And if you want to show if you want to share a memorable moment for today, please feel free to do so.
Yes.
One memorable moment. We're not going to do
being
every single person every single time.
Memorable moment. Being undermined by not only the Alistane thing, but also the turning up late to roll call thing of Jimmy turning up with the new magical item. That was good. And then me selling him into slavery. Sorry, gifting him. I gifted him into slavery.
Yeah, you didn't get anything for that.
Exactly. I'm Robert Hartley. If you like D&D related content, you can find me on Twitch or YouTube. Thank you for joining. This has been wonderful.
Nice. Patrick?
Oh god, I'm trying to think of all of the different things. The macaws bounding together to search for the captain and then immediately being run over by the ship was pretty freaking great.
You just lose so many of them all the time.
Oh well, I will say the exchanging of the ring and the confusion therein was
So great.
on
That
both
was
of their
beautiful.
parts.
I love that.
So funny.
But yeah,
Do me right. I'm gonna say the phrasing was perfect, Rob. You
Give
just
ring. Okay.
oh my goodness. But yes,
So
my name
good.
is Patrick Keefe. You can find me at That Gray Gentleman everywhere on the internet. I am a voice actor and actor, and you can also find me on the Writers Room 7C, another wonderful pirate show where we do all sorts of piratey things, and you can find that wherever podcasts are found.
All right, fantastic. Next up, Janet.
That's me. Favorite moment. Oh god. A lot of really good ones. I think, yeah, to piggyback, the moment where Captain Dad was just like, oh, I've had enough of this, and jumped into the water. I have a feeling we push him over the edge like this a lot.
Quite a lot.
Pun intended. And no, I really like the way you were just like, just lost it. I know we only said one, but the moment the turtle came and we were all like, shit,
Oh,
this is
so
it. Shit, Barbara, shit. And then we looked out and there were all the turtles down the street.
Music was so
Hot.
I love that we've managed to blend Muppet like comedy with innuendo with like real classic ship horror, like pirate horror. I love the genre mashup going on. I love this campaign. Anyway,
Big
sorry, I talked too much. My name is Janet. I am from World Anvil. You can find me actually over at twitch.tv/World Anvil, where I do interviews. We have a YouTube channel, World Anvil, where I give advice. I'm also a writer, both of novels and RPGs, so that tends to be a lot of what I talk about, in addition to world building. Yeah, it's what I do. So yeah, at World Anvil, on a platform, probably you'll find us. That's me. Hi.
Awesome. And just before we go to Dread, which we will, everyone gains a hero point from the wonderful Rylac90, who has donated to the stream. So thank you very much. I haven't actually prepared a multiple hero point thing, but right. I will have them ready for next time. I guarantee you, and I promise you I will. So yeah, you guys get that. Yay. Dread, take it away.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm a professional goofball that loves everything and everyone and all the games and all the fun. So if you want to see more me, you can go to Dreaded GM on Twitch, Twitter, all over the place. Something cool that happened recently, we released Chapter 1 of Alice in Wonderland, which was a stretch goal where I'm embarking on my own little voice actor adventure. And so you can go listen to the Chapter 1 of Alice in Wonderland. And that was a stretch goal for the Starlight stream that we did, which we got $21,000 all up with everyone's efforts. And it was crazy. So that was a $6,000 stretch goal. It's great to be ticking those off because we do have a list and we are catching up with the massive hiatus we had. I want to thank everyone here for being on my maiden voyage back into the internet as well. Yeah. Shit pun, I like that. Thank you so much. And I've had so much fun, guys. I've missed you so gosh darn much.
We missed you too.
Memorable moments. You can't stop me because I've got the stage and I'm giving one to everyone. So whatever.
He literally can't stop you. He's in charge of the stream.
Rob, I absolutely love everything tentacles with your character. And like I'm just so excited to learn more and more about your patron. And so when there was a hint dropped with Dag with like there's tentacles here, it's like, oh. Is there? Tell me more. I can see the appeal. Alistane, it has to be the ship knowledge because you smashed it. I know you have pirate knowledge. I know you have ship knowledge. And to bring it full force into this campaign, I adored it. So, yeah, I was just like, yes, tell me more. Talk about more ships. It's like that Brooklyn Nine-Nine session where Captain Holt was talking about barrels. So I was just like, yes, more and more.
And schooners and barking teams.
Janet... sexy carrots. You made carrots sexy. I love that. Of course I love that. Oh man. And Dag, I will say this now, you are one of my favorite GMs of all time, and I'm so happy to be at the table with the story that you're weaving with the many multitudes of things. I don't know what's gonna happen. Swear to God, Shelley felt like it's like there's going to be this character who's like, oh, we're going to fight. This is low. You brought in the comedic relief. There's like mystery. There's like treasures.
I'm not going to lie.
So many avenues.
I'm not going to lie. He was the only pirate adversary in this campaign I wrote until Rob decided to just be like, nah, I like him. And I'm like, I guess.
Look, I was like the moment he was like, "Come have a drink with me," I was like, "Oh no!"
Because
he can still be an adversary just because I hate him. Yeah, just because I don't hate him doesn't mean that he's not.
But I love the idea that I love the idea that his rivalry is all in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
because he's not worth my rivalry. Like,
no,
to me, exactly. To me, he's just like, nah, you're never gonna be my rival, mate.
Yeah,
if you work hard enough, one day maybe you'll be worth being my rival.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he's now unofficially my Team Rocket for this campaign. Like,
yes.
Like, prepare for trouble. Oh,
and make it double.
Here comes the hammer and the nails.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you the illustrious everything that I get and other people get sometimes because you didn't skip a beat. And it was like a great first game back. So thank you so gosh how much. And self-love is important. I think that my favorite self moment will probably be trying to outdrink a Cyclops.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. That was pretty
out there. So good.
That was badass. Yeah.
Just for you, it's just intently going out to kill or maim somebody big. Who's the most violent guy in town?
Like, well, it's Matt Cass. Like, no, he's the trunk. Not good enough. Give me more.
Not good enough.
Look, I'm gonna resonate. I'm not gonna give. I'm gonna do the favorite moment thing, but I want to start with one of my favorite moments is the fact that no matter what I do, I can't stop Dread from giving favorite moments for everyone. That's one of my favorite moments. The fact that I outlined the rules of my own show and Dread looked me in the eye live and basically said no. I'll do what I want. Just did anyway. That's...
I will love everybody, and you can't stop me.
I just have so much love. If I don't give it, I'll explode. It's just...
I know. And I just want to say that one of my favorite moments is knowing that about you as a human being, and I love having you here, and I love that that's you. I think my favorite moment came down to a few different scenes between the captain and the crew. I think the scene with Fawkes and Alistane, discussing with the with Snapper about like what's going on and stuff. I love how the mood kind of shifts very happily between that kind of comedy scene and these kind of like serious adventure scenes. And now obviously we've got like this very horror based, like kind of like terrifying scene that's come through. It is very reflective of me as a GM, and one thing I appreciate more than anything else is the fact that all of you know that about me, all of you accept that about me, and you play along in just a way that just makes me feel not only super excited to play in these games, but super keen to write and continue making awesome stuff for you guys. So I look forward to the next session. We are now on the quest, episode 3. Yay! We'll
Finally
be back.
found the adventure hook.
Finally
We
found
found
it. Is that the final pun? The adventure hook in a pirate game? Yeah, okay, there you go. So on the
You have to sail me on it.
Arr.
No.
I'll make no bones about it.
all right, ladies and
not
gentlemen,
even
boys and girls,
pirate.
once
I didn't
again,
mean to be
thank
a beach
you.
about it, but
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you to, of course, my wonderful players. Thank you to, of course, our sponsors, Hero Forge, for the wonderful artworks you can see below. Guys, I can't gush enough about Hero Forge. Please go check it out. If you have the chance to, please consider a subscription to Hero Forge, because not only can you make these really cool artworks, you can then use them, like I do, for like making character scenes and making cool action poses and stuff, which is awesome.
you'll have to
What's
imagine
the trailer
Ryan
that they
Robs.
just put out for all
I
the stuff
did.
that's
I
coming?
saw the trailer.
I'm
I showed
so
Janet a snippet
hyped.
of it. There's so
Stick
much
this in
stuff
post, Dad.
coming. So much
So
stuff.
when you-
Stick
Say
in
one
post.
thing: dinosaur mounts. Dinosaur mounts, people.
Dinosaur
That's all I'm
mounts.
saying.
Look forward to the end of end of October. What am I saying? The end of January, where I will be starting a new series where I will be not only building Hero Forge minis, I will also be doing a series where I will be taking from the new Hero Forge community thing that they're going to be doing, and I'm going to be voice acting the characters from the community and actually making videos of interactions with these characters fully in roleplay, fully in characters. And I'm not looking at Patrick in any particular way, but I'm looking at some really cool actor friends of mine to come along and help me do particular voices and have conversations and actually just do full roleplay scenes as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun coming up in at the end of
Sounds
January.
so
So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
So good.
Another shout out, of course, to Sirenscape for the wonderful music and sound effects that you heard during today's session, and Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice. While we didn't get to use too much of the VTT Beyond the Dice Roller, I highly recommend it. It makes life so much easier. And it is one of my favorites, so thank you. Now, we are going to go and raid our dear friend Lanta Fanta because of three things. Number one, we love the Lanta Fanta, right?
Is it the Lanta
love
Fanta?
it.
Or is it
It's
some
the
other
Lanta
Fanta?
Fanta.
The Lanta
Fanta?
Oh,
Fanta.
the
We're
Lanta.
gonna go.
All right.
We're gonna go and rate her. And the hilarious thing is that she has 7 viewers in chat right now watching her do an art stream, and I want to drop as many people into her chat as possible. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want Lanta to be able to see anything. Heart emotes, raid emotes, everything you
ready.
got, everything you got. I want to clog up her stream and crash her computer if I can. So help me do this. Help me troll this wonderful
Let's
person.
go.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you again to, of course, our other unofficial but
We're out.
loved sponsor of the show,
out.
World Anvil.
We're out. We're out.
And thank you for being World Anvil, because World Anvil is awesome. And go check it out
This
because
is in
it's
the blood
awesome.
down.
Wow.
Behind the scenes.
There you go.
Bye.
All right. Bye.